home of the Bears. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Baltimore Ravens and the Chicago Bears on Sunday Night Primetime. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. This fielded at about the 9. We'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Mike Green is there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Bears first down. Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Chicago.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Moving to his right. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And with defenders closing in, he says enough is enough and slides to a halt there. And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And that is punt in the end zone. He's in. Roll, Otunze. Touchdown, Bears. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
And when things haven't been going your way like they haven't around here recently, Mike, this is exactly what you need. You're looking for a spark. So to take the opening possession of the game, march it down there, and come away with the score, all of a sudden the sideline's a lot more positive. There's a lot more good energy amongst your teammates. Is that the spark they needed to turn this thing around?
At their own 36-yard line.
Quick, ready?
1st and 10 now from the 36.
Ready? Ready, sir?
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
No, we change. Yeah. You are. Go.
On 4th down, they snap it to Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. They convert with a gain of 15. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
To the air one more time with Jackson. Thrust to his right. He'll air one out for Higgins. To the end zone. It's intercepted.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Run with Caleb. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Here's Williams. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. And he pushed it.
This kick is
No good. That is wide to the right. And this is going to remain a one-possession game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
This one complete to Bateman. Down the left sideline. And he will go all the way. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Baltimore. Touchdown number 9 for the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Palmer now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 1 coming up. Now it's Taylor. Lots of space past the 45. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he is all the way down near the 20-yard line. A big run from Taylor. A gain of 48. Here's 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Williams exiting the pocket right. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be marked out of bounds down at the 3. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. Taylor is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. A 1st down throw for Jackson. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
No, we changed it.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
Play action now. Jackson. Open man. That's Bateman downfield. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
19 yards. And the Ravens first down.
From the gun, here's a handoff. He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
Change it. Middle. Hey, report. Hey. That's hot.
Play clock has expired. You're not going to get this one off on top.
No, we changed it.
Second down. Jackson. That's taken in. It's Rasheen Ali. Who's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up third and 12.
It's up. It's up. 13.
From the gun, Jackson. He looked underneath for Ali. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
We change it. Report. Go ahead. Hey, middle. You. It's up.
To throw is Jackson. That's incomplete. Derek Hall on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Third and short yardage, and here's Williams. Flush to his right. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations. But I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
I'm ready. Hey, hey, report. Report. Hey, talk. You at A. You at A. Come on. Come on.
That's caught left side by Otten. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Hey, Ozzy. Throw it. Throw it.
Up the middle they go. I don't think I was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
That's up.
Now Jackson, this is a design run. And they get it at the 18-yard line. The drive stays alive. First down picked up. So they move inside the 20. First and 10 at the 18. Now Jackson.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Here's Jackson. Catch made there, left side by Walker. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Tez Walker. Touchdown, Ravens.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get it underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A huge play just before the half. 32 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Williams. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And he's in. Touchdown, Chicago. An extra point attempt to follow. He's got it. And the Bears have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. Jackson looking to throw. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Ravens.
On first and 10, Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Jackson now on second down. That's down the field and intercepted. And he will be out of bounds. No time left on the clock, and that is the final action here in this first half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Returning is Tutu Atwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because they're worried about him running by them. There is a lot of space open underneath.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw, Jackson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Andrews. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 54 yards. Jackson going to keep this one himself. And he will do it himself. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Ryland's kick here is good. And the Ravens will even the score. It's now 21-all. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Palmer now to return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Give up the middle to Taylor. And he did not want to go down. Good running. Manages to gain 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They go right back to Taylor. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
He manages to get the throwaway and completes it. That is catch number 60 for the season.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now Williams. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Throwing again. Williams. Gonna look deep. Looking for more. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around. but it falls incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll be third down.
Yes. Combo. Let me shoot. Yes. Vegas. Punch scores. Yes. Combo.
Throw it again. It's Williams. That's a short one caught by Loveland. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
They'll indeed go. It's Williams. And he's going to have the Bears first down. That'll wind up a gain of 11 on fourth down. They'll run on first down with Taylor. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. An injured player on the field, and it's the running back, Jonathan Taylor. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On second down, it's Williams. Out to his right. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. Roll Odunze. Touchdown, Bears. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone. Because as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. A design run here with Jackson. Gonna mark him down just shy of the 40. What a job there. Using his legs on the run. Pickup of 19, and that's a first down. So from the 39, they come up on first and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
Throwing Jackson. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First down, Baltimore.
Jackson now. He's going to take a shot down the field. He's got it to the goal line and in. Heads Walker. Touchdown, Ravens. His second catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Here's Williams on first and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
At the 20-yard line.
They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And some good blocking. Springing up a gain of 9 as we get to third down.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL? And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And that's going to be enough for a first down, taking this to the 34.
Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. Forced out wide. This one complete right side. Now inside the 25. And he will finally be taken down. How about that? A really big play as the final one here in the third. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
Down in here in the low red zone, Mike, these windows are just so short. The field's a lot wider than it is deep, so it really changes the scheme and the progression of the quarterback, and nowhere really to go with the ball, and falls incomplete.
Moving outside the pocket, and he will score! Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Chicago. The extra point is up and through. And the Bears are going to open up the lead to 8. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
A first down throw for Jackson. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Second and 10.
Brings up second and 10.
From the gun, Jackson. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Baltimore, first down.
Jackson now to throw on first down. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Again, it's Jackson. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part one taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up. I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll run here with Hill. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
And Williams hit the deck there, but after he picked up the 1st down.
The advantage to this play call, Mike, is as an offense, you now can account for 1 extra defensive player. In this case, it's the quarterback reading the end. He goes after the running back. He pulls it, keeps it himself, picks up the 1st down.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. The defense could not bring him down. It's a catch and run of 22 yards.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And it's just the last thing you can afford to do, especially in this situation. Like, there's just no need to force the ball. You're playing with a lead. It's late in the game, and I know he's got a lot of confidence in his arm, and he thinks he can get away with it, but that decision, it proves to be costly.
To throw is Jackson. A dive and a catch. Incredible. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
Not much happening there, just a short game.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Second down, Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll stick to the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10.
What? You.
Now Jackson, this a designed run.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
They come up for 2nd and 2.
You are X. You are X. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
They'll run here. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now. 2nd down, goal to go. They'll run. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Now Ryland for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Ravens will up the lead to 5. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Palmer now to return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's 1st down. They'll drop to throw. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame.
The 33-yard line.
This offense still has the 1 timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Williams hit, and he loses the football. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Vegas! Punch Spurs! Yes! Temple! Yes!
Here we go. One final play. He'll buy top. Williams hit, and he loses the football. And the offense will get the ball back, be touchdown, and that will be a wrap. This game is over. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens.